Hello one and all, we are studying environmental microbiology and from today we are going to start with unit number 2, that is environmental monitoring. So what is environmental monitoring? Monitoring म्हणजेच काय? कंट्रोल ठेवणं किंवा लक्ष ठेवणं. So we are going to keep a check on environmental entities. So environmental monitoring describes a process and activities that need to take place to categorize and monitor the quality of environment. So eventually we are checking the quality of environment. Microbiological monitoring programs are carried out routinely in clean rooms and other controlled environments to assess the effectiveness of cleaning sanitization practices on bioburden levels in those environments. So why are we going to do the microbial monitoring programs? To check the effectiveness of cleaning and sanitization. आपण जे क्लिनिंग और सॅनिटायझेशन करतो ते इफेक्टिवली झालंय की नाही हे बघण्यासाठी वी आर गोइंग टू डू एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग. कारण in most of the industry it is very much necessary to keep a check on microbial load because it is a risk. If it is not in the limit, it is the risk to contaminate the product. Then monitoring is the assessment or measurement of a number of parameters to estimate the condition of an area, product and process. So there are number of parameters on which we are going to decide whether the product, area or process is in a good condition or not. So the purpose is to confirm that the chosen parameters are within the defined limits or whether the limits have been exceeded and the corrective action is required. And if we find out that the exceeded limits are exceeded, then we have to take a corrective action to reduce that microbial load. Then it is important that these results of the monitoring program are documented in such a way that trends are discernible at the earliest possible moment. Any unusual result should be investigated immediately and not assumed to arise from a contaminated plate or operator. Means what? If unusual results आले किंवा लिमिटपेक्षा जास्त जर मायक्रोबियल लोड आपल्याला प्लेटवर दिसला तर वी शुड इन्व्हेस्टिगेट इट अँड वी शुड नॉट अज्युम. आपण नुसतं अज्युम करू शकत नाही की ते एरर असेल, ऑपरेटरचा एरर असेल किंवा प्लेट्स कंटॅमिनेटेड असेल असं आपण अज्युम करून गप्प बसू शकत नाही. वी आर गोइंग टू इन्व्हेस्टिगेट फॉर दॅट इमिजिएटली. Then second point is clean room classification. Clean room काय असतात? It is a controlled environmental room. It is a room in which environmental parameters are controlled. Okay, clean rooms are used in practically every industry where small particles can adversely affect the manufacturing process. As it is a controlled room, small particles are restricted. They vary in size and complexity. The clean rooms are vary in size and complexity and are used extensively in industries such as semiconductor manufacturing, pharmaceuticals, biotech industry, medical device producing industry and life sciences, as well as critical process manufacturing common in aerospace, optics, military and department of energy. So there are number of industries where clean rooms are required. A clean room is any given contained space where provisions are made to reduce the particulate contamination and control other environmental parameters such as temperature, humidity and pressure. So along with the control on the microbial load, temperature, humidity and pressure are also maintained in the clean room. Then the key component of the clean room is the HEPA filter, that is high efficiency particulate air filter. It is used to trap the particles that are 0.3 micron or larger in size. Such a filter we can see in the laminar air flow. Also, all of the air delivered to clean room pass through HEPA filters, and in some cases where stringent cleanliness performance is necessary, ultra low particulate air filters are used. Okay, HEPA filter च्या पेक्षा high level चा filter is ultra low particulate air filters. Then different manufacturing industries and process require different levels of cleanliness within their manufacturing environment. So what level of clean room we are going to provide is dependent on the product which is going to be manufactured in that particular industry. Then according to the original federal standard in 209A introduced a concept of clean room classification by which a particulate levels of contamination are restricted at different size levels and numbers depending on the room's purpose. Today, the current harmonized ISO definition of classification is as follows. That is, the level of airborne particulate cleanliness applicable to clean room or clean zone expressed in terms of an ISO class N. N is the number of class, which represents the maximum allowable concentration for considered sizes of particles. So here is the chart where you can see here are the 8 classes of the clean room classification. So according to the type or the product, they are classified. Then third point is environmental monitoring in pharmaceuticals. Environmental monitoring in pharmaceutical industry is very much important. Mostly in the sterile product manufacturing. There are two types of products in pharmaceutical, that is sterile and non-sterile. Sterile products म्हणजे जे आपण डायरेक्टली बॉडीमध्ये इंजेक्ट करणार आहे आणि नॉन स्टराईल मध्ये येतात टॅबलेट्स, कॅप्सूल्स और लिक्विड्स. सो इन द स्टराईल प्रोडक्ट व्हेरी स्ट्रिंजंट टाइप ऑफ environmental monitoring is done and stringent खूप environment तिथे कंट्रोल केलेला असतो. So significant advances in clean room designs and construction in recent years have had a considerable impact on overall microbial quality of manufacturing environments for both sterile and non-sterile products. Then microbial monitoring programs are carried out routinely in clean rooms and other controlled environments to assess the effectiveness of the cleaning and sanitization practices on a bioburden levels in those environments. So प्रत्येक इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये there is a routine when to carry out the microbial monitoring program. Okay, according to that routine they are testing it. प्रत्येक एरिया किंवा प्रत्येक जो कंट्रोल्ड एरिया असतो कुठल्याही इंडस्ट्रीचा, that all the rooms are stringently checked for the microbial load. Such programs are not intended to enumerate or identify any microbial contaminant, but should provide sufficient information to confirm that the environment is operating within its required limits of control. म्हणजेच काय जे प्लेट काउंट आपल्याला येणार आहे बाय डुईंग एन्व्हायरमेंटल मॉनिटरिंग ऑफ एअर और वॉटर, त्या प्लेट वरती जो काही मायक्रोबियल लोड असणार आहे त्याचं आपल्याला आयडेंटिफिकेशन करायचं नाही आहे प्रत्येक ऑर्गॅनिझमचं, तर आपल्याला फक्त त्याचा नंबर किंवा त्याचा काउंट बघायचा आहे, त्याचे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स बघायचे आहेत आणि आपल्याला बघायचं की ते लिमिट मध्ये आहे की नाही. ओके. देन एअर मॉनिटरिंग. In environmental monitoring, first is air monitoring. Air is a major factor which has to be taken care of during the production process. As microorganisms are ubiquitous in nature, ubiquitous म्हणजे they are found everywhere. Air in and around the production area is monitored. So air in a clean room is controlled and monitored on regular basis, that is daily, weekly, quarterly, for particulate counts, viable counts, temperature and humidity. So these are all the parameters by which air is monitored. आपण एअर मॉनिटरिंग, मायक्रोबियल एअर मॉनिटरिंग टू टाइप्सने करू शकतो, ॲक्टिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग अँड पॅसिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग. सो व्हॉट हॅपन्स इन ॲक्टिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग. ॲक्टिव्ह म्हणजे काय, त्याच्यात एनर्जी लागणार आहे. ओके. ॲक्टिव्ह हा शब्द जिथे येतो तिथे आपल्याला एनर्जी इन्व्हेस्ट करायला लागते. ओके. सो ॲक्टिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग मध्ये आपल्याला एअर सॅम्पलर्स लागणार आहे. एअर सॅम्पलर इज अ डिव्हाइस. Okay, it is a device in which fixed volume of air we can monitor. Air samplers draw a predetermined volume of air, and the air is drawn over a sterile media plate, which is later incubated to reveal the number of viable organisms per cubic liter. Currently, agar impaction is the method of choice throughout the industry. Using a specially designed and calibrated piece of equipment which holds the media plate under the perforated lid and draws in the known amount of air, one can accurately measure the amount of viable bacteria within the air. एअर सॅम्पलर काय असतो, एक इक्विपमेंट आहे ज्याला वरती आपल्याला पेट्री प्लेट ओपन करून ठेवायची आहे, आणि त्याच्यावरती लीड आहे इक्विपमेंटच्या वर. सो दॅट लीड इज अ परफोरेटेड, म्हणजेच काय त्या लीड वरती होल्स आहेत आणि त्या होल मधून एक defined quantity of air is taken inside that equipment, so we are able to take a count of that microbial load in that particular volume. okay, म्हणजे आपल्याला फिक्स अमाउंट कळते की पर्टिक्युलर ह्या व्हॉल्यूम मध्ये एवढे नंबर ऑफ मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स प्रेझेंट आहेत. सो इट इज अ व्हेरी मच पर्टिक्युलर मेथड. देन पॅसिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग. पॅसिव्ह मध्ये कुठलाही आपण एक्सटर्नल फोर्स लावणार नाही. इथे काय होणार आहे, इम्पॅक्शन होणार आहे, आपण ती एअर सक करणार आहे. ओके, विथ द हेल्प ऑफ सॅम्पलर. बट इन पॅसिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलर सेटल प्लेट मेथड इज यूज. म्हणजेच आपण काय करणार आहे, फक्त पेट्री प्लेट अलॉंग विथ द ज्या पेट्री प्लेटमध्ये स्टराईल मीडिया असेल that we are going to expose for a particular time period, and we are going, after incubation we are going to observe for the viable growth. okay, petri dishes containing sterile growth media are exposed to the environment for a specific time period, usually between 30 to 60 minutes, and viable organisms which settle onto the media plate surface will grow after the plates are incubated. But passive air sampling is tending to be phased out because it does not reflect the microbial contamination with an accurately measured volume of air. तर पॅसिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग पेक्षा आता सगळीकडे ॲक्टिव्ह एअर सॅम्पलिंग इज प्रिफर्ड, बिकॉज इथे आपल्याला व्हॉल्यूम कळतोय की किती एअर मध्ये किती नंबर ऑफ मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम प्रेझेंट होते, जे की आपल्याला पॅसिव्ह मध्ये कळत नाही. देन सेकंड इज सरफेस मॉनिटरिंग. सरफेस मॉनिटरिंग म्हणजे कुठलाही इक्विपमेंट किंवा कुठलाही एखाद्या डिव्हाइसचा सरफेसवरचा मायक्रोबियल लोड चेक करणं. So first is surface sampling of equipment and facilities. So surface sampling will indicate that the effectiveness of cleaning and disinfection policies. Rhodact or contact plates containing a non-selective media can be pressed tightly onto the flat surface. Okay, there are specialized type of plates that will contain a agar, and that agar we are going to directly impact on the surface. So and then we are going to incubate it to determine the number of colonies present, or number of microorganisms that will be present on that surface. Then after incubation the number of colonies can be counted, thus providing the quantitative estimate of contamination levels. If disinfectants or antibiotics have been used in the controlled area, the medium should include the suitable and appropriately valid inactivating agar. Other less accessible surface, that is drains, taps, etc., are best sampled using a non-quantitative technique with a moistened swabs. These can be cultured directly onto the solid media, or first incubating in the nutrient broth and then subcultured onto the solid media. आता फर्स्ट आपण डायरेक्टली अगर प्लेट, स्पेशलाइज्ड प्लेट असतात, दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू यूज, और वी कॅन टेक अ स्वॅब ऑफ that particular surface, and then we can directly stick it on the solid media, or we can first enrich it into the nutrient broth, and then we are going to subculture it on the solid media. Then second is the surface sampling of the garments. Okay, it is very much important to do the sampling of garments, because आपण जे काही तिथे पर्सन्स असणार आहेत. दॅट पर्सन्स आर, जे पर्सन्स तिथे जे गारमेंट्स घालणार आहेत त्या गारमेंट्स वरून पण मायक्रो ऑर्गॅनिझम्स पास ऑन होऊ शकतात टू द प्रोडक्ट. So clothing including gloves can be sampled using a contact plate technique, and the technique that can also be adapted for training purposes to demonstrate the effectiveness of various hand washing techniques. Okay, म्हणजेच एकदम स्ट्रिंजंट जिथे मायक्रोबियल स्ट्रिंजंट एन्व्हायरमेंट केला जातो, म्हणजे मेंटेन केलं जातं स्ट्रिंजंट एन्व्हायरमेंट, तिथे हँड वॉशिंग व्यवस्थित झाली आहे की नाही तिथे काम करणाऱ्या पर्सन्सची, दॅट इज ऑल्सो taken, that is also seen with the help of this contact plate method. Okay, fingerचे swabs असतात, finger dabs or finger tips are directly placed on the surface of nutrient plates to demonstrate the value of hand washing routines, or they are also widely used and are also widely used to monitor whether gloved hands have indeed offer a required level of product protection in the practice. म्हणजे जरी हँड ग्लोव्ज घालून जरी तिथली लोक काम करत असतील किंवा वर्कर्स हँड ग्लोव्ज जरी घालत असतील तरी हँड ग्लोव्ज घालून पण वी कॅन म्हणजे वी कॅन चेक द मायक्रोबियल लोड ऑन दॅट हँड ग्लोव्ज ऑल्सो. सो पण हे सगळं का चेकिंग करणार आहे? टू अवॉइड द कंटॅमिनेशन ऑफ द फार्मास्युटिकल प्रोडक्ट. Then third is personal monitoring. Okay, why it is important? Because as microbe carrying particles originate mainly from the human skin scales, it is important to reduce the shedding of microorganisms into the manufacturing environment by appropriate gowning. So we can see that in pharmaceutical industries, gowning or wearing a lab coat is very much essential. Why? To avoid the contamination by the human skin scales. Okay, a typical gowning regime includes the removal of outdoor clothing, wearing non-particle shading clothing, gloves and dedicated footwear with the hair, beards and mustaches suitably covered. As additional safeguards, wearing of cosmetics, watches and jewelry should be prohibited within the facility. So in pharmaceutical industry, wearing of while performing the production or while performing the microbiological testing or various other processes, wearing of the cosmetics, watches and jewelry should be prohibited because they can lead to contamination. There is a possibility that we ourselves are going to add in the contamination. And also there is a importance of wearing sterile clothes or clothes which are properly sanitized. So we should remove the फुटवेअर दॅट वी आर गोइंग टू, म्हणजे जे आपण बाहेर घालतो जे फुटवेअर्स किंवा जे काही बाहेर आपण ग्लोव्ज फुटवेअर्स घालतो ते आतमध्ये घालायचे नाहीत इन द इंडस्ट्री और इन द प्रोडक्शन और जिथे क्वालिटी कंट्रोल और क्वालिटी चेकिंग होते तिथं वी आर नॉट एबल टू यूज दॅट सेम. Then personal suffering from any infectious illness which could result in the shedding of abnormally high numbers of contaminating agents should be discouraged from entering the manufacturing facility. म्हणजे ज्यांना इलनेस आहेत त्यांना तिथे एंट्री दिली जात नाही कारण they will contaminate by various processes like coughing, sneezing. हे झाल्यामुळं आपण intentionally pathogens त्याच्यामध्ये प्रोडक्ट्स मध्ये इन्क्युबेट करतो. सो इट इज अवॉइडेड. देन फोर्थ इज बायोबर्डन टेस्ट. बायोबर्डन टेस्ट काय आहे? बायोबर्डन टेस्ट म्हणजे अमाउंट ऑफ biological entities that are present in that environment is tested. These studies are very useful in determining the effect that the manufacturing equipment and process have on the microbial content of the product. So these studies should initially be performed at the each stage of manufacturing process so that potential problem areas can be identified, rectified and monitored. These studies should then be repeated at the regular intervals to ensure that no significant changes have occurred, and when sufficient data have been collected, bioburden limits may then be set. म्हणजेच काय, बायोबर्डन स्टडीज इनिशियली म्हणजे फर्स्ट आपण जेव्हा स्टार्ट करणार आहे एखादा प्रोसेस तेव्हा इट इज स्टडीड ॲट द कॉन्स्टंटली, म्हणजे ते आपण रिपीटेडली त्याचा लगेच स्टडी करणार ऑन द डेली बेसिस. देन एकदा आपल्याला कळालं की लोड कमी आहे, मायक्रोबियल लोड कमी आहे, देन वी आर गोइंग टू सेट अ रेग्युलर इंटरवल्स and after that regular intervals we are going to check the bioburden. आणि जर after a sufficient data of year or 2 yearच्या study नंतर we can set the limit of that bioburden. So this is all about the environmental monitoring and its various processes. Thank you.